Hello world, this is Richard again. I'm trying to work out the jigsaw puzzle of how to mount my solar panels on my roof rack bars to go on the van down there. So I'm assembling it in pieces down here, and then I'll disassemble it, and me and somebody will put it up there. So I've got to the point where I need to figure out where to drill my holes in the back side of the panel to mount these brackets here, and then determine where these brackets need to go on the roof rack. So that's where I'm at now, trying to make engineering decisions to mount two 150 watt panels hooked up parallel to make 300 watts to go on the roof rack. Back in a minute. Bye. Well, I got it assembled here on the ground. I don't have all the screws tightened down because I got screws here. I got to take it apart so I can put it up on top of the van. It's a little heavy for me. My son-in-law is here. I got a tractor down the road about 3 or 4 miles with a lift. I could pick it up, set it up there. But I'll probably just take it apart and put the roof rack up there, semi-bolt it down. The reason I got it like I do, I got it drop down underneath the roof rack, the top of the roof rack. That way I can put a kayak or a tent or something on top of it. Especially over there on that side, there's not quite enough room to put a third panel over there. Almost, but not quite. So I dropped it down where I can put something on top of it, and when I get to wherever I'm going to be staying for a while, take it off, tent, kayak, whatever, and then the solar panels will be clear and free to work. Well, I'm making progress on the ground, but I still got to get it up on the roof, van roof. Back in a minute. Well, I'm on a test run with the van. I mounted the solar panels up here. Been driving down through the bean field, and they're still mounted. A little dusty now from the road. I don't know, the 2x4's got a little bow in it, but I may need to raise it up here to have a little more clearance from these bolts under here that's got it mounted in the mount of the solar panels. Do a little more adjusting, but I think it's going to be all right. Well, let's go across. Been running the cooler since I had it started doing the test drive. It was 66 and 66. It's down to 37 and 50. And battery is, I don't know if you can see it or not, 89%. I'd let it run for a while to draw the battery down before I actually plugged the battery in to see if it was going to charge. Well, let's do a little more test run. Gonna go across the creek. That'll bump and shake, twist it, everything. We'll go over on the cotton field and turn and go back up that way out to the road. Check you later. Bye. Well, here we go across the creek. Let's see what happens. Going down is not too bad. It's coming up the other side, but it's dry. So I think it'll be all right. They had the big combines and cotton. Well, they didn't have the cotton pickers down in here, but they had the big combines coming down in here and the tractors. When the water is running, it's a pretty big creek, but right now it's dry. So let's go up. Them van lifers out west, they got mountain roads and BLM roads and forestry service roads. We don't have too much of those back here. All we got is bean field and cotton field roads, and they are dusty. Gets an idea of how the van's going to work. When I hadn't tried it high speed with the way I got it mounted on the roof, but low speed it seems to do all right so far. I got a mount that'll mount up here so I can turn it around. It's supposed to look back to the back so you can see the GPS maps and stuff, but I think I can turn it around to look out the front to have a dash cam. I'll have to get that mounted, see how that goes. Well, I'm going to end it here and I'll splice it all together and see if I can get it put up on the YouTube soon. Bye.